Hey, welcome to Wednesday Wisdom for this week. I was reading over this old ancient Christian document from 1800 or 1900 years ago, and the church was still young. It's called the Didache. And among the other things it talked about the way Christians are, it said that Christians, as opposed to the people of today, don't share their wives. They only share their table. And Christians don't expose their babies. And what it was referring to was the widespread practice of adultery that was common in the ancient world, and also exposing babies. That if a baby was unwanted after birth, they would just leave it out in the wilderness to die. And that was a common practice to get rid of unwanted babies. That was abhorrent to the Christians, but it was very common in the rest of the pagan world. And so the Christians really were very countercultural at the time, and these two practices, many others too. But it made me think about how countercultural we are today, or whether we've just gotten kind of assimilated into the culture. The church still has to defend the dignity of marriage, right? More and more today in our culture, the idea of open marriage and adultery is not a big thing, or having other partners is not a big thing. And the church has to stand for the fact that fidelity in marriage up to death. You marry one person, right? Also, we've got to defend the fact that marriage is between one man and one woman, right? And no other arrangement is truly marriage. And we have to defend the dignity of every human life from the moment of conception, right? Because now we have the ability surgically and medically to do abortions. We don't have to leave babies out in the wilderness. But the church defends the dignity and sanctity of every human life from the moment of conception. And a trend of euthanasia and doctor-assisted suicide, as we call it these days, the church stands for the dignity of the elderly and the sick and the handicapped, right? Not to be pressured to die. That to the end of their natural lifespan, everybody's got a right to life. And so these are the things where we really stand out from the culture, and we have to be a counterculture and not try to be simply assimilated. And are we ready to do that? It's always going to mean pushback, and it's going to mean the cross. But are we ready to be different?